All right, check 1 2, check 1 2. I cannot see the mixer. There we go. Mixer seems fine. All right. Hello everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you might be. It's morning over here. Look at the time at the bottom left. It says morning. So I will say morning. But anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. My name's Ruka, and I'm still hurting from the Project Diva, not Project Diva, the ring, not the Ring Fit. Miku boxing. I'll just call it Miku boxing. I'm still hurting from Miku boxing from a couple of days ago. Um, my arms are slowly starting to feel like they're recovering, but I can also feel like my shoulders have lifted my arms to where they used to be. So it, I'm in pain. I'm still in pain. Hopefully, mostly recovered by tomorrow. Anyway, hi Yuki, hi GNG, welcome. 1600 over there. 1600 is where? I think 1600 is in Europe, right? Oh yeah, it is in Europe. It is in Europe. If you are in Japan slash Korea or anywhere else in Asia right now, it would be 2300 in Korea slash Japan, and I guess maybe 2200 in the Philippines, around there somewhere. So probably a bad time to stream if for Asia time. Asia time is really hard to stream for, to be honest. Like, I try to make my times okay for Asia times, and it's just impossible. It's just impossible with all the time zone stuff. It's either I'm too early for them, or I'm too late for them. Like my usual time that I usually stream, 7 p.m. Eastern. I think in Asia, or at least Japan, would be about 8 p.m. At night. I guess that's not too bad. 8 p.m. in the morning. 8 a.m. in the morning. I'm sorry. 8 a.m. in the morning. So if I wanted to stream for Asia, I would have to have streamed 3 hours earlier, which is not normally possible for me because I'm still in bed. I do not want to get up, and today in particular, I'm still in pain. I'm still in pain. I have not taken any painkillers. I don't think I should. I don't know if it will help with the recovery faster. Um, but you know, I'm gonna tough it out for at least the time that it takes to recover. So yeah, there's that. That's a problem with other streamers I know. Her time is JP, so it's hard to get EU East Coast audience. So there has to be some point in the world that will one day see a flood of immigrating VTubers to get the ideal time. Yeah, yeah. So I guess the only way for me to stream at an ideal time for, let's say, Asia is to actually be in Asia. And then what's the issue then? The issue would be that if I stream at night in Asia, let's say if I'm in Japan, then I would be streaming in the morning in the US and also, I guess, Europe, which I guess is the ideal. Uh, I guess if you're in Asia, that would be the ideal time to stream, unless unless you're trying to get people from nighttime uh, US and Europe. I feel like there's no real good time to stream. The only good time to stream is when you can stream, and this is why videos this is why videos are probably do better at the end of the day. It's just that videos have a lot of production time depending on the type of video you're making. So I need to get back on that actually. I've been meaning to, I just haven't had time to do so. I'm still sitting on that one Blue Archive video that I started last week and still haven't gotten around to doing it. It was yeah, it was last. No, not last week because today's Sunday. The other week. I still need to get to that. It's cut. I just haven't edited it any other way. But yeah. Anyway, hopefully I recover soon. But yeah, before we start stream today, though, I got something in the mail just supposedly last night, and I picked it up this morning. And I want to do a little I guess taste test over here. Hey Salty, welcome. So let me just turn on the camera really quick. I hope this camera stays still and doesn't flip over. That would be really bad for me. But here we go. A rare desk view, and I'm not using my usual camera because that takes a heck ton to set up. But I had some family that went over for a trip in Ireland recently, and they sent me a couple of things in the mail. They sent some Irish gin with gunpowder tea mixed in their chocolate. So that's gonna be interesting. I've never had gin before, and I was kind of wondering why there was Chinese on the chocolate packaging, which I think it literally just says Chinese gunpowder tea. So that's one thing. And then apparently we got this thing over here. Irish chocolate chip shortbread cookies. Now apparently I looked this up a little before stream. You can actually get this stateside, and there's issues with the contents, the packaging, where the shortbread cookies explode into fine dust powder. I'm hoping that's not a thing that I'm gonna have to deal with. They sent you gin, not patron, but I'll take the relatives you don't ever want. I don't know. It's it's gunpowder Irish gin flavored in very small letters over here. Flavored milk chocolate truffle. So it is chocolate. It's not actual gin. I mean, look at that thing. That's gin. I don't think gin comes in this kind of packaging. And yeah, I've never actually had gin before, so I don't know how this is gonna taste like. But I have some black tea ready over here to go with it. So yeah, nothing Japanese here, but I figured, hey, I got this in the mail. Why not share this a little bit with you guys? And I guess that's opens just like that. Made with Irish butter. You can get Irish butter in the grocery stores here, by the way. I don't know how that's different from regular butter or other European butters, but okay. And it seems like the fears were not unfounded. These shortbread cookies look like they disintegrated in the packaging themselves. I don't know what to make of this. Is this normal for anyone who's had this? Is this normal? It feels like it doesn't quite match the picture here, you know? There's a bit more crumbly, a little bit more powdery. This is not representative of what we've seen here. Seen tiny packages, though they're usually garbage tier vodka. Okay. Anyway, we got some crumbly shortbread here. Thank you regardless. I just need to make sure that this does not make a huge mess on my desk. Does it have instructions? What instructions? These are shortbread cookies. What instructions are we talking about? I mean, at least I would expect it to match somewhat decently. For the most part, though, if you get anything from Japan, it will most of the time match what is on the package. They don't do this sort of false advertisement that's very common in Europe and the US. Let's see, I'm trying to dust this off. Oh yeah, that is very crumbly. Here's the funny thing though. Where's the expiration date? Expiration date says, it's a little hard to see. It's a little hard to see. Expiration date says July 26th of 2025. So, or at least, yeah, wait. Either July 26th of 2025 or July 2026. It's a little difficult to tell. Also a little difficult to read on screen, but there we go. It's a little hard to tell, but either way, it shouldn't have disintegrated like this. So, Yeah, let's give it a try anyway. Let's give it a try. Hold up. Let me move the mic so I can actually get this to my mouth. I still have trouble moving my arms. To be fair, Japanese people are too honest for some of that stuff. I mean, there's also some shady stuff in Japan, but more often than not, it's usually pretty accurate. Okay, let's go. I can see now why they crumbled like crazy, because as soon as you bite into these, they actually disintegrate. Look at this over here. I barely I barely do anything, and they're crumbling in my hand right now. They're extremely soft. They're extremely crumbly. However, for them to crumble onto themselves in the packaging with no force of trauma, maybe the force of trauma was the shipping, but even so, it shouldn't be crumbled this much. Taste wise, I cannot fault it. Um, Taste is pretty good. The chocolate is nice. Let me see. Let me try another one. It's kind of bad that it's the first thing I'm eating in the day. I haven't had breakfast, so there's my breakfast right here. Very buttery. Again, probably the reason why it's so crumbly, and the reason why it falls apart so easily. It still should not do this. I wonder what would happen though if you just get this straight from the gift shop in Ireland. Would it still be like this, or would it actually have some structural integrity? That's the word I was looking for. This thing has no structural integrity whatsoever. I haven't gone out for breakfast in forever. There is a diner in town. Not a Denny's, thankfully. Or maybe Denny's would actually be preferred. I don't know. I know Denny's in Japan is okay, but it's nothing like the Denny's in the US. In that regard, Denny's in the US might actually be the better choice. Um, but yeah, it's just like going out to a restaurant is so freaking expensive, especially around here. I don't want to do it because of that. I rather make my own stuff at home. But I get it. If you don't have power, you have no choice but to go out. Anyway, shortbread was good. Too crumbly for my taste. Like I wish it would actually, held together a little bit better. But overall, taste is pretty good. But here we go. We have some also the gunpowder Irish gin flavored milk chocolate truffle. Chocolate. We got chocolate chips and we got chocolate, actual chocolate, early in the morning. This is a honking thing of chocolate. I can see where the squares are. Maybe we don't take an entire square, but let's actually see what this looks like. Breakfast for me is usually stop by Dunkin' Donuts on the way to work, grab a fake croissant and Pepsi, eat with whatever I have at work. Fair enough. Fair enough. Most of the time I don't actually get to eat breakfast, if only because I wake up a little bit too late to have breakfast. And also I'm trying to do my best. This thing won't open that way. Okay. I'm trying to do my best to do that intermittent fasting thing. Or at least as close to 12 hours as I can get. 16 I think is the ideal, 16 to 18 hours. But I try. And for the most part, not having breakfast doesn't usually hurt me, though sometimes I do snack in the morning that would be considered breakfast. Like this. The chocolate, as we can see over here, if I can... The chocolate, as we can see over here, is a little bit malformed. I think it's a little bit soft. Or maybe it got soft during the shipping process again. It's presentation-wise not too terrible considering the conditions it went through. It is very thick. I did not really realize that until you pointed it out. But it is very thick, so I think just one bar here, one cube would be enough. I'm gonna put the rest back. I do wonder what the calorie count for one bar is. Let me see. Do they actually say? It says per 100 grams. 515 calories, and the entire thing is 200 grams. 200 grams, and there's about, I want to say, 10 cubes. So if we want to do the straight math, each cube is about 20 grams, maybe. So this thing might be roughly about 20 grams. And if this is 20 grams, so this is roughly about 100 calories just right here of chocolate. Wow, that's a lot. I'm trying to smell the chocolate right now. You're supposed to do this for some chocolates. Maybe not a Hershey's, but this? I smell a little bit of a fruitiness. I'm not sure if that's the gin. No tea smell. But a little bit of fruitiness, which probably is the gin, or it also could be the grapefruit on the picture over here. But the ingredients on the back says sugar, cocoa butter, whole milk powder, cocoa mass, inverted sugar syrup. I don't know what inverted sugar is. Sweetened condensed milk, drumshanbo, gunpowder Irish gin, water, emulsifier, soya, lecithin, natural flavoring, whatever that means, and no fruit flavors whatsoever according to this. So it's got to be the gin. If I didn't have a dog with me, I'd grab something chocolate and pour out a little gin or whiskey at at 10 a.m. in the morning. Anyway, bottoms up. It's a solid piece of chocolate. It's a solid piece of chocolate that looks like it has a darker center. I don't know if that's real or something made by my teeth. But flavor-wise, it's not bad. It's a very soft chocolate. It's a very melty chocolate. Rich. A bit on the rich side. Rich but not too heavy, which is I'm kind of surprised about. But it is a chonker of a chocolate though. So I may not want to bite off too much at one time. It's a Sunday, and at my height and weight, a single shot won't disorient me. Just wouldn't have any more for a while. I hardly drink, but I kind of get what you're saying though. I don't think this one has any alcohol in here. The Irish gin flavoring is apparently 2.73% of this entire thing. But I do not see any alcohol content on the packaging. So there's probably actually no... Oh no, there's actually alcohol. Never mind. It's a little hard to see on stream. But it says 2.26% alcohol. That's a lot. In a little piece of chocolate, that's a lot. What? Excuse me? Is how much is there in a chocolate liqueur? Like, you know those little chocolate bonbons that have liqueur in them? 2.26%. So whatever 2.26% is. If this is 20 grams, okay. If this is 20 grams and 1 gram is roughly 1 milliliter, 2.2 let's say 2% of 20 is roughly, you know, about 0.4 ml of alcohol, a little bit more than that after actual calculations in this tiny little chocolate. Now you may not feel it, but if you eat this entire thing, which is 200 grams, you get roughly 4.5%, 4 mLs of gin in this entire thing, if we're going by weight. And I don't know what 4.5 ml is in relationship to a shot, but it's probably at least not even a It's probably at least a tablespoon's worth of gin in the entire thing, which flavor wise is actually pretty strong. So not something to trifle with. Also add to it that sugar and alcohol is a bomb for your body. Is it? Like, what do you mean a bomb for the body? How bad sugar and alcohol in the morning? I don't think that's something I expected to do. They real This is Ireland we're talking about, right? I feel like the Irish love their alcohol a little bit too much. At least they're known for that. I don't know anything else about Ireland other than um a bunch of drunks. um I did get also a Guinness magnet that's on the fridge right now. So I'm just reminded, yeah, alcohol. Sugar boosts the effect of alcohol. Does it? I did not know this. I did not know this. Mm. Well, that's done. Camera's gonna turn off now. I'm gonna be drinking tea, sipping my tea, sipping some water also. But um overall that's pretty nice. Minus the shortbread that crumbles when as soon as you touch it. Or as soon as it touches air, basically. Heck, it doesn't even have to touch air, it just has to touch the packaging. And then it crumbles into oblivion. Which is probably not the best thing in the world, but oh well. Can make you energetic while simultaneously impairing your judgment. They actually banned an alcoholic energy drink years ago because of that. Really? Wait, isn't isn't there just this drink called balls that they sell in the US? I've never actually seen it. Maybe I have, and I just don't remember it. I thought balls was alcoholic. Is it not alcoholic? It might not actually be alcoholic. What the heck do they put in a Jaeger bomb? I've heard of Jaeger bombs, and I feel like a Jaeger bomb is both part balls and part something else, which would make sense because balls might not actually be alcoholic. Now that I think about it. Okay, that was just only a tiny little bit of alcohol, but I also did not have anything to eat before that, other than shortbread. So probably not a good start to the day, and we have a little bit of Japanese lessons to do here anyway. There's a lot of stuff you shouldn't mix with alcohol. Energy drinks are another thing you should not mix with alcohol. Jägermeister or whatever, and Red Bull. Oh, Jägermeister is an actual drink? Oh, I did not know this. And Red Bull? I don't know my cocktails very well. Actually, I don't know my cocktails at all. I don't know what goes in a mojito. I don't know what goes in a pina colada. I have drunk a virgin pina colada. Those are pretty tasty. But what else? I imagine cocktails in general are pretty nice, but I'm just not a drinker in general. Despite what I might look like, it's not I don't dislike them. I just don't find the need to drink them half the time unless I'm feeling the mood, basically. If I'm in an izakaya, I might be I might be inclined to get a pint or two of a sour. Lemon sours are pretty good. Tried that a couple of times. Actually, I do like sours now that I think about it. When I think they're like my favorite drink whenever I go to an izakaya in Japan, or whenever I get the chance to see it on the menu. Beers, not exactly the best thing. I don't know why people drink them. The only beer I've been able to stomach a little bit is this Okinawan beer called Orion. And it's okay. It's a pale lager, but it also tastes like piss. but drinkable piss, if that makes any sense at all. Not my favorite, but it's the one thing I wouldn't turn down if you gave it to me. Meanwhile, I have tried Guinness, and I have tried Sapporo. I don't think I've tried Asahi, but I've tried those other two, and I thought I would like Guinness because it was everywhere in the media that I consumed back in the day, and apparently it's way too bitter for me. Same thing with Sapporo. Sapporo is also way too bitter for me. I do not know how people drink that stuff. This is why I stick to wine, umeshu, and also shochu and soju, all that stuff. But the weedy stuff, the hops, I don't like hops. Maybe I can stomach a little bit of hoppy with gin, that the one retired salaryman tricked me into drinking. That one I'll probably try again if I get the chance, but I hardly see that in the menu, so probably I always preferred sweet drinks, but that's probably because I have a palate of a child. Set for wines, I can drink wine alone and enjoy it. I think for wines, it really depends on the maker, right? It depends on the maker, and because one red wine from one maker is not the same type of red wine from a different maker. They may taste very similar, but there is definitely a huge difference from one place to another. Like there's this brand of Texas wines called Yano that I actually like for the most part. But if I try any other wines that are similar from their offerings from with anyone else, I it tastes weird to me. Either too dry or it's too bitter sometimes. I did try one dessert wine some once, and the dessert one was fine after for the first couple of shots. But if you leave the dessert wine in your pantry for months and forget about it, when you get back to it, at least in my case, it became too sweet to drink, and I think at that point maybe I should have mixed it with something else, but I didn't realize they did that. Yeah, it was a Spanish dessert wine. I forgot what the name was, but it was okay for the first few, and then no. It's kind of the same thing with the plum wine, the umeshu, the choya plum wine. It's fine for the first few, or maybe it's too strong for the first few shots, and if you leave it alone in the fridge for a few months, it becomes a bit sweeter. It becomes easier to drink. Sometimes too sweet though, so be careful about that. At least in my case. Sangria, I do not like, except for sangria, I do not like wines. Actually, I prefer mixes of things to the drink of its own. I need to try more mixes. I just don't have the opportunity to do so for the most part. Anyway, I'm gonna wash down some of that sugar with some tea. By the way, sugar and tea go very well together in that the tea will wash down the sugar, and that's a good thing for because you don't want that stuff clinging to your throat and drying you out, which is what sodas do. So just be careful. If you're gonna drink soda, follow it up with some water or at least a cup of black coffee or some tea. It's good for overall throat health. I have never heard of a clericot before. That sounds interesting. What is a clericot? Hold up. Clericot. Clericot. How to make clericot of or fruity wine spritzer. Oh, it's wine with actual fruit pieces? That's interesting. I don't think I've seen actual fruit pieces in wine before. Ah, I see. So it has actual little bits of apples, sometimes strawberries. That seems interesting, but I feel like this would work better with a dry wine, right? A dry wine as opposed to a sweet wine. It'd be a little bit redundant. Huh. If I have some, oh, also I guess there's some lemon soda in here. Lemon soda, red wine, some sparkling water, and then chopped up uh, apples. Maybe strawberries and peaches also, if you prefer. Serve cold. Ice to serve, optional, but probably serve cold. Probably for the best. I wonder if there's any tea alcohol mixes. I'm pretty sure there are. I'm pretty sure they are. You've heard of Bailey's, right? Bailey's goes as an alcoholic coffee. I'm pretty sure Russian tea might be one if you make proper Russian tea. What is Russian tea anyway? I had to make this for the coffee talk thing, and I never figured out how to do it. But okay, Russian tea is sugar, orange flavored mixed drink, such as Tang, instant tea powder, lemonade, cinnamon, and cloves, but no actual vodka. I thought there'd be vodka in here. I'm a little bit let down. But if you want to, you can probably add some vodka in here too, and it'll be fine. It's very good, but also a bit dangerous because you can just drink it like water, and you don't feel it until you try to stand up. Yeah, you need to be careful about that. Which, by the way, a lot of if you find some really good sake, they end up tasting basic. They end up like going down like water, and you don't really notice it except for maybe a little bit of alcohol, and it's dangerous. Really good smooth sake is dangerous. I think soju is also on that list of dangerous to drink because of how not alcoholic it actually tastes sometimes. There are some people who are very sensitive to alcohol. I have a childhood friend who is extremely sensitive to alcohol, and even though it doesn't taste alcoholic to me, if it has alcohol, they can taste it, and they don't like it. They don't like the alcoholic flavor, which I respect. I respect. Probably best that way. Anyway, all right. So let's actually get started with Japanese lessons today. But that was an interesting start to the stream, though. Okay, let me move over to the actual screen here. So last time we did this. Let me get the background music. Maybe max that out a bit. All right, so last time we picked up here in Wagotabi, we really didn't do a whole lot. But I feel like time flew by quite a bit because there was a lot of explaining that was done, as well as why can't I not move? Oh, there we go. There was a lot of explaining that was done, and all we really did was move from one city to another. We went from... Where did we come from? Let me double check. We came from...
ここからどこまで行きますか?
We went from Takamatsu City. Takamatsu City is the city... is a city in Kagawa Prefecture. I don't think it's the capital of Kagawa Prefecture, but it's from Kagawa Prefecture. And now we're in Okayama. Okayama City, or Okayama-shi. Okayama-shi is the capital of Okayama Prefecture. Funny enough, a lot of prefectures do have the same city name. Has a city name be the capital of the prefecture also. So yeah. Last time we went here, we just kind of roamed around town, checked out a few things, checked out some real life comparisons that they have this statue of Momotaro in real life also. And I guess we went to the library over here, and we got some lessons. Which lessons can I see? Which lessons we recently got? Sort by most recent. We got a little bit of a review with the adjectives, na adjectives, e adjectives. Ichidan and Godan forms, I think, was in a different stream. Yeah. Mainly adjective stuff. Mainly adjective stuff. But honestly, we didn't really get too far into anything. And today might be a short stream also. But it would also be the end of this playthrough for now because there's no more content to do. Because, as you can see, the police have barricaded everywhere else that we can't go. So we can't go too far. The police have barricaded 3 spots, and we're supposed to be going to a pretty famous park in Okayama City. Never heard of it myself, but let me see. Well, we'll get some comparison pictures once we actually get in there. We're supposed to get a ticket though. However, they don't sell tickets up here. We have to get the ticket from the convenience store, which I have never actually done in Japan, but you can do that. You can actually do that. I guess we gotta talk to this person over here.
何を買いますか?
何を買いますか? What are you gonna buy? What do you want to buy? 公園の切符をください。ください。
公園の切符をください。
はい。
後楽園の切符です。
後楽園の切符です。Yes. Ticket for 後楽園, please.
ありがとうございます。
Alright, Salty, enjoy your breakfast. I'm gonna enjoy my tea here. Okay, we got the ticket now. Yay, we don't actually have an inventory, so we can't exactly see what we have. Right, this other menu stuff that I hardly look at. But it has stats and all that things. And you can change your looks anytime you want to, by the way. Let's see. Alright, we're talking to you.
後楽園の切符は?
Oh no, we have a boss fight / review session with this lady over here. The ticket person. Okay, it's been a while since I've done any review sessions on Wagotabi, so this is gonna be rough. Let's go. Korakuen no Kipu wa boring. What's boring? Sumaranai. The udon shop over there is good. Ii desu. Choose the correct hiragana. Yume desu. Yume. Famous. It's famous. Choose the correct word. Omoshiroi. Interesting. Omoshiroi. Face white shiroi. There we go. Heta desu. Heta. Down hand. Heta is down hand. Hiragana for this is chisai desu. Chisai? Chi. Where's chi? I. Sa. No. Sa. Where's sa? Sa. I. De. Su. No, not so. Where's Su? Actually, where's Su? Su. Kawaii. Kawaii ne. Kawaii. Kore. Fans from Marugame City are big, aren't they? Marugame no uchi wa oki desu.
Kirei.
Ki is ki. Re. I. What is this? Close to the person. Close to the person. Kore.
それ
No. Kore.
これ
Wa.
は
Nan desu ka?
何です
Okay. Kore wa nan desu ka? Important, precious, taisetsu. That one. Nihongo ga Jozu. Oh my gosh, we got Jozu already. Really? Jozu. Nihongo wa Jozu desu ne. Genki desu ne. Genki. I was a little bit slow because it was hard for me to read that fast, but I got it. It's perfect. Minus the speed.
後楽園
We
は
gun bud. We
有名
gun
な
bud very
公
well.
園です。
Korakuen is a famous park, garden. I guess it's more of a park. Technically, it's a park, but a lot of people call it a garden because it doesn't look like any other park that you probably have seen anywhere else. Definitely not Central Park.
後楽園は
Well,
右にあります。
Korakuen is to the right. Migi ni arimasu. Let's see. Ruka-san wa Nihongo jozu desu ne. What are you? Are you serious? We don't even get to go into the park? Are you serious? We don't even get into the park? We just literally... That was the end? I said it was going to be a short stream. I didn't think it was going to be that short. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you for supporting us by playing the game. Further development is underway. Okay. Current goal is 5 prefectures. We've only done 1 and not even a half of the second prefecture. So... yeah, that was over very quickly. Anyway, continuing. Let's just see what we were supposed to get into. Let me bring up Korakuen here. You can bring it up also if you want to. Korakuen. Korakuen Park. Okayama. Oh wait, I was spelling it wrong. Okay, we're gonna look at some Google pictures of Korakuen because we can't see it over here. Owarida, very, very quickly. It's very Owarida, very quickly. Okay, hold up. Let me see. Do I have this, Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Window capture. This thing. Okayama. Here we go. Let's get the actual thing here. Korakuen. I've never been in this part of Japan, but let's review really quick on where this is on the map, because that might be interesting to look at. So, let's zoom out a little bit. Where is Okayama in Japan? Okayama in Japan is around here. There's Okayama Prefecture, which is a lot bigger than I thought, actually. Look at this. This is... well, I guess I need to zoom in a little bit on the map, should I? Okay. Let's look at zoom in. This is Okayama Prefecture. You can kind of see the little dots around here, and let me make my mouse visible. Capture cursor. You can kind of see the little dots around here where Okayama is supposed to be. It's pretty big in considering where it's at, I suppose, but it's not as big as Hokkaido all the way over here, which is its own island and own prefecture, kind of like Alaska. Alaska and Texas are its own gigantic place. So yeah, Tokyo in comparison. Where's Tokyo? Actually, where's Tokyo? Nagoya, Okazaki. Tokyo's over here. Tokyo Prefecture is this weird little shape thing over here that doesn't look like much of anything. I wish we can... how do we... layers? Traffic jam, transit, terrain? Air quality, wildfire? Is there another different way to do this? I guess not. I guess not, not really. Okay, well then. Well then. So, is it bigger than Tokyo? It's a little hard to tell, but I think yes. In general, a lot of prefectures are bigger than Tokyo. I mean, come on, look at this. We have Chiba Prefecture right over here, right next to Tokyo, and it's already bigger than Tokyo. It's just Tokyo is the most densely populated prefecture in all of Japan. I mean, it also has the most densely populated city over here with all my landmarks and stuff that I want to visit, but... yeah. But if we want to also see where Okayama is in relationship to anywhere else in Japan, it is how far from Kyoto? Directions. How far are you from Kyoto? From Kyoto by train, you are about 2 hours away. That's not terrible, actually. That's not terrible. I think if you're going from Tokyo, though, from Tokyo, it might be about 5 hours? 3 hours. Which is a lot better than I thought it would be, because Hiroshima is 5 hours from Tokyo, and that makes sense because it's farther than Okayama. Ah, okay, that makes sense. I do remember now whenever I take the Shinkansen from Tokyo to Hiroshima, which I've only done twice, but I've also gone further than that, all the way to Fukuoka once. There is a stop for Okayama Station, so that makes some sense. I wonder why it's smaller. Historical power place? I have no idea. I don't know what determines how big a prefecture is. Kind of like maybe it's just historical stuff. It's probably historical stuff. I just don't actually know. But Okayama is this gigantic place over here that you can barely see the dots in anymore. And Takamatsu is down here. I need to remind myself that the framing on stream is a little bit different from what I'm seeing. But Takamatsu's down here, and it's connected between the islands by a bridge. So I think there's a train line? No. That's just a road, but there should be a train line that goes between the two, which might be the same place. Let me double check. Directions from Okayama. No, Takamatsu. Takamatsu Kagawa. Yep. It does have a train line? It does have a train line. Right. So this, I guess where you get to the highway, there's also a train line that goes through across here, which is nice. They do the same thing, by the way, from Honshu, this main part of Japan, to Hokkaido, right over here. This gigantic thing over here. There is no land bridge, by the way. It's just a bridge. And the Shinkansen that goes between Hokkaido and the mainland over here, it actually goes underwater. Now, here's the thing about the underwater Shinkansen that goes between the two islands, is that you can't see crap. You can't actually see anything. So if you were expecting to have like a clear tunnel to go through and you can see all the underwater stuff, you cannot. It just doesn't. They don't do it like that. And you probably don't want to see all the horrors that is underwater anyway. So you do go through this tunnel. I think it's about 10 or 15 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. I don't remember, to be honest. But when you go through the tunnel, your ears will depressurize or pressurize, whichever way it actually goes. And you will feel it. Your ears will pop when you go in and out of this tunnel through the Shinkansen. It is interesting, but there's also nothing to see. Actually nothing to see. The prefecture of Tokyo is one of the few that doesn't end with a ken, by the way. Now that you mention it, that's true, because they consider it as a metropolis and not really a prefecture. However, the Tokyo metropolis is technically only this area over here with Shinjuku. I don't think Kawaguchi is part of it. No, Kawaguchi is a different prefecture. This Tokyo metropolis is basically this circle, this gigantic circle over here. However, there are lines that go from Tokyo all the way out for as far as over here in Hachioji, which is still technically part of Tokyo. But it's so far out of Tokyo, you wouldn't even think it's Tokyo anymore. Like, look at this. I mean, this is still maybe considered part of Tokyo, and if you look at this, you might be. It looks like any other city in Japan. To be honest, it looks like any other city in Japan. It even looks like any other neighborhood in Japan. Look at this. They even have the donkey over here. It's a pretty big donkey too. It's not like a mega donkey, but it's still a donkey. That's sizable. Very sizable. But it's so far out from the center of Tokyo, though, that it doesn't seem like it's part of it. If you really think about it, if you really think about it. But yes. Anyway, back to Okayama. Can we go back to Okayama? Let's go back to Korakuen, Okayama. Okay, this is where we were supposed to be today. This is where we were supposed to be today, but we couldn't go in there. Like I said, I haven't been to this part of Japan, but I have passed by it because I've gone to Hiroshima a couple of times. But it looks nice. It looks nice. Let me. No, I guess it is a good view. It is a good view. It looks pretty nice, right? I think it looks pretty nice. I mean, stretch this out just a little bit more. There we go. And yes, it's a park. It's probably not the kind of park you're used to seeing, and it's quite a bit prettier. Yeah, I don't think there's I mean, there's a park that you pay to go in. It's more like a relaxation garden more than anything, rather than you know, what people in the U.S. tend to use parks for, playing chess or running around or playing other types of ball games and whatnot. Doesn't look like there's a lot of places to sit in. Technically, these little huts over here. I guess I need to scroll. Cannot scroll. Let me see if I can find a better picture of a hut. Let's see. Not these ones, but you see this one all the way up here, where my mouse is. That's as far as I can zoom. Or maybe, oh, there we go. That's a little bit better. You see these huts? You can sit over here. You can sit in these huts, and it kind of makes sense that you don't want benches out there. It does kind of what do you call this? Ruin the scenery a little bit. So make people sit under the huts. They'll also be protected by the weather and whatnot. But it's a very aesthetic garden / park. Technically a park, but it seems like there's also stuff that happened here. Hold up, let me see what's going on. I see some lanterns up in the water over here, and you don't really see on screen the number of people. Let me shrink this. Or at least bring it down a bit. There's a lot of people up here. Also, so I'm guessing this is some festival that was happening at the time? Question mark? Or maybe they just had an event happening. I'm not entirely sure. But if you have a chance to go over here to Japan, maybe drop by Okayama and drop by Okayama Korakuen. Maybe you'll find something interesting. It definitely looks like it's worth a visit though, for sure. They have koi clearly, but I wonder if they get much else around there. I don't think so. There is I did see this. They have what is this? A crane? A stork? That's not a stork. That's probably a crane. Wait, nope. Don't do that. Stretch out. Nope. Stretch out. I think that's a crane? Question mark. That's in a holding pen somewhere. I mean, they're not really. I don't think I've usually seen this kind of thing in any Japanese garden / parks. It's usually koi, and the koi are obviously decorative. I did see a koi growing area in one of the places I went to last year. I think it was last year. Let me see if I can find the picture for it. It may be a video, so if it's a video, I can't show it because I haven't edited yet. Let me see. Do I have anything from last year with the koi? Forgot what day that was. Oh, here he is. Here it is. There's a lot of koi pictures. Apparently, at least there is one place in Japan I know that grows koi. Probably more places because they're pretty easy to grow. I say easy to grow. It's kind of crazy though. The number of things the number of koi that were in this place. Let me transfer it over here and dump that in there. Just make sure there's nothing else here. And I have multiple pictures of the same vending machine for this one place. Okay, well, let me take that down to one vending machine because that's a lot of vending machines. Not this one. Okay, delete this. Delete this. Delete this. It's the same shot multiple times. I do that a lot. Okay, let's bring those pictures up then. Which one did I use? I think it was this one. Here we go. Koi! Koi as far as the eye can see, and this is just one pond, by the way. They had multiple ponds of koi in this place called Yufu. Yufu is down in Kyushu, which is near Beppu and Oita Prefecture. Not prefecture, Oita and Beppu City, which are known for their hot springs. Yufu is also known for its hot springs, by the way. Specifically, Yufu is a hot springs town. Not that Beppu isn't a hot springs town, but if you want a hot springs town outside of the city, Yufu is a nice option to go to. Spawning time, not technically spawning time. Here's how the koi work, by the way. You see this net? Hello, Woyin. Hello, welcome. We're just going over some pictures to fill in the time because we finished the Japanese lesson so early today. It was literally just one test and that was it. So I'm filling the time a little bit and talking about some Japan stuff at the moment. It won't be too long, but yeah. Anyway, so here's how it works. As you can probably guess with the net over here, they split the koi up depending on what stage of growth they are. So the really, really small koi, they get separated off in their own spot. And the bigger they grow, they separate them even further into different places. Look at the koi over here. They're small compared to this. And then also compared to this. Now you can see various different kinds of koi here. Various different colors, various different sizes and shape. And depending on the size and shape of the koi, I'm probably making this up, but it's also probably true. Depending on the size of shape and color of the koi, the more expensive it will be. And when you have this much koi spawning at one time, you're bound to find a golden koi. The very rare golden koi. The most common color of koi is not actually the orange one, though it is pretty common. It's also not the white one, though it is pretty common. It's actually brown or black. Those are the most common type of koi, and of course, they're going to be the cheapest ones. Now, gold and, orange and white are also nice colors, maybe not white so much. And the more variations on their pattern, you know, the more beautiful, I suppose. The more aesthetic they are. But the really rare ones are these gold ones that you see every once in a while. And of course, the bigger they are, the more expensive it's probably going to be. And you can feed these koi, by the way, that you see in these ponds. It's actually a place that you can just roam around in. It's actually, I think, in between shops in this area that we walk through. So you can actually buy these. Did I delete that? I may have deleted the the vending machine picture that I said I was going to keep. Where is it? EIMG. Okay, restore one of those. Let me get the vending machine. Here we go. There is a vending machine that you can buy koi food. I think it says koi food. It probably doesn't say koi food, but this is koi food, 200 yen a box. I don't remember how much is in a box. I don't think it says. I want to say it's enough. And I can't read this kanji, by the way. One of these days, I need to just grab all the signs and things I can find in pure Japanese, and we put it on stream and we try to read it. I think that'd be a good exercise for everyone. Apparently, they also had this special koi food over here. Something... Lovers? Mikuji? What's a Mikuji? Ren Mikuji. Ren Mikuji? Ren Mikuji koi food? I have no idea what that means. Is the color random or do red koi only give birth to red? I think it's random. I want to say it's random. I mean, come on, look at this. Look at the number of koi here. I don't think koi are particular about where they spawn and where the sperm, the koi sperm, tend to fly to. This is probably random. Most likely random. And honestly, you probably do want random to get like various different patterns on the koi fish over here. You don't just want one solid color. You want a variety if you want to make something. If you want to make your koi pond very aesthetically pleasing, you can't have all orange. You can't have like all solid white. You want a mix of everything. I think that's how genetics work. I'm not entirely sure. But yes, that is the koi pond that I found. And how did we get here? Oh, right. We got here because we were talking about the koi in the Korakuen Park. That's why. But this is where we were supposed to be today in the game. And we found a lot of koi. You see there's some golden koi over here. Some golden koi. I think by the time they get here though, maybe they can start spawning themselves. I don't know how that works, to be honest. They might. And apparently, I guess in certain times of the years, I think this looks like it might be fall. It does actually turn brown. However, the trees will eventually turn a nice shade of orange and red, I think. Let me see if I can find some orange and red examples. I see a lot of green. This slope tends to get a lot of pictures, it seems, but probably because of these bushes. Probably because of those bushes, and there are cherry trees here apparently every so often. I don't know what they're gonna do for the game itself. I do have a feeling though that this castle-looking thing in the back and this hill is gonna be in the game eventually. And this very distinct walkway. The very distinct walkway that kind of wraps around. Well, you can never actually do it justice. I mean, they only have so much space in the game. They want to make it as compact as possible. But, you know, for what they could do, it's actually pretty good. Oh, here's an example of some fall colors, though for some reason it hasn't spread to the others back here. Not exactly sure why. It is limited graphics. Though. Oh, you know what? It's a little hard to see on the screen, but this walkway is interesting. At least to me, it's interesting. A walkway that's like basically planks that you can just go through, or you kind of have to go through if you want to get to the other side, actually. So I don't know if we'll see that. Oh, let's close that away. A weeping willow? I don't know if they actually have weeping willows in Japan. I feel like they don't? Question mark? Someone could probably correct me on that one, because I do not know. Ooh, this is really nice. Someone got a picture of a sunset thing going here. So many angry parents whose kids fell in? What? I think this might be a tea house. I'm not sure. This kind of looks like a tea house. Anyway, when they finally put this in the game, I feel like it's going to be interesting. Oh, the plank thing? They're usually pretty careful about that. They're usually pretty careful about that. Though I wouldn't doubt that it's happened before. And you know what? You just kind of draw yourself off. It might take a little while, but you just draw yourself off. I'm seeing a lot of greens, though. A lot of greens, mostly the same shots of the same castle, kind of like this one. Same hill, same castle. I don't know how big the actual park is. But yeah, might be worth a visit at some point. Might be worth a visit. The one, let's see. I'm trying to remember. You know what? Fine. So the picture in the thumbnail, by the way, is not Korakuen. The picture in the thumbnail is not Korakuen. Instead, it is this place, Nijo Castle, which I've been a couple of times, and you can find Nijo Castle in Kyoto. Now, in Kyoto, you probably have seen the Golden Temple, Kiyomizu-dera, where there's the gigantic terrace that people like to take a picture of. This thing over here, this terrace, you probably have seen that before. This is Kiyomizu-dera. Also very crowded, by the way, so not one of my favorite places to visit. However, my favorite place to visit in Kyoto proper, other than Fushimi Inari. Fushimi Inari, despite the crowd, is actually really nice to visit also, especially the higher you go. But Nijo Castle, legit one of the best places I've been to. Like, you think when you hear castle, you kind of think these. You probably kind of think these places, right, with the towers and such, and these buildings. You can actually go into some of these buildings over here, and the neat thing about these buildings is that the floors squeak a little bit to sound like it's chiming. Now that's actually intended design. So if someone sneaks in, they will know ahead of time that someone is there. It's kind of like an early alarm system. I don't know how they do that, but it's pretty neat. They also have this neat rock pond that is around the compound. So that's pretty nice to look into. Now, you might say, but there's nowhere to sit. There are actually places to sit here. But there's also very close to the entrance, so you don't really have to sit that early, I feel like. Speaking of entrances, this is not the actual entrance. This is actually a gate within the compound, and through the gates, you can go a little bit higher and see a little bit more of the place. It's not too high though, not too high. Now, the actual thing I have in the thumbnail. Let me see if I can find it. It's not necessarily this, but there's another part of Nijo Castle or Nijojo. Probably it was this area. It's probably this area. It looks pretty close. That back there, I think, if I remember correctly, is a tea house that you can actually go into and relax. After you're done walking around the place, go into the tea house, order some desserts and a tea set, and look out in this garden over here and enjoy a few relaxing moments before you go on out. It's actually pretty nice. Yeah, so if you go up a little higher, you can see this place. It looks fairly small. It's I want to say it seats about maybe 20 people. 20 people at most. It's not too bad. No, you eat inside, but it's like open, and I'm not seeing a whole lot of pictures of I'm not seeing a whole lot of pictures that kind of showcase it. So I'm gonna have to go back to my other pictures that I personally have. It doesn't really show the interior very well, but let me see if I can give you an idea what it might look like. Oh, I have a few interior shots. Let me grab that. Close this window, and then bring this up. This So I guess it was the same place because this place looks very similar. But that's the actual tea house, I think, if I'm not looking at a different building altogether. And here's what the inside looks like. So this is taken in summer, I think around, what did my thing say? August. Early August of 2017. Of course, it's hot, so there's a lot of fans around, but you can see there's plenty of seating. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 tables inside. There's probably some more elsewhere. 6 tables, 4 people each at most. No reservations needed, which is kind of nice. Some places do need a reservation, but this one, as long as there's room inside, they'll let you in. They will let you in. And then there's this you can also, I guess this is an outdoor seating, but this is as outdoor of a seating as you can get. You can't get much more outdoor than that. And this is basically the view from the outside. The pictures don't really do it justice. I did not do any video recording at the time, but there is a small little stream that goes through here with, you know, it's got that nice water falling sound. Pretty calm, pretty peaceful. This is actually fairly far removed from the main path where people go through and exit the area, like the compound area. Let me see if I can find some food items that I got from the place that I can show. Let's see. I got some pictures, but I can't really show it. I can't really show it because there's other people I don't want to show there. Anyway, let me see. Yeah, okay, maybe I can show one. The more impressive picture. Let me see. Maybe I can do a quick edit. Maybe I can do a quick edit to this thing. Oh wait, I think I need to move these first. Move this picture over there. And then we do a little editing magic here. Just a quick blackout. Just a quick blackout. Ayo. Okay. And how do we do this? How do we do this? This'll work. This'll work. What is the thing on top? Oh, I guess the picture is showing already. That is mango, by the way. That is mango. Don't worry about it. I was with family. I'll admit it. I travel with family. But that's mango on top. This is a mango shaved ice. And being summer, shaved ice is very common at the time. Now, there's different levels of shaved ice, by the way. There's different levels of shaved ice. And this is on the higher level of shaved ice. I forgot how much we paid for this. I want to say it's over 1,000 yen, which is kind of expensive for shaved ice. But this is like shaved ice with some milk, some mango syrup, and actual mango fruit, which is uncommon. But pretty common for higher end desserts. And we have over here on the other side is, I think it's either soy, I think it might be a soy ice cream. Vanilla ice cream isn't common, but soy ice cream is pretty common. So we have some vanilla ice cream, some red beans, sweet red beans, cherries, an assortment of fruit on that side. But they have other things too that you can get. I did not get a picture of the menu there, so that's what I had many years ago. And yeah, I would recommend visiting Nijo Castle. This is the actual entrance to the place, I think. if I remember correctly. This is the actual entrance to the place, which is quite nice. I think a lot of people tend to not realize this exists because they're in Kyoto. They see all the temples and stuff. Yay, temples! Golden Temple, Kinkakuji. Kiyomizudera, yay! But I've never actually seen Kinkakuji in person. I've been to Kiyomizudera once. It was alright. I much prefer this. I much prefer Fushimi Inari. And I also much prefer the park. What was it called? Kyoto Imperial Palace. But it's also Kyoto Imperial Park. It's also called Kyoto Imperial Park. I do not remember this watery area, so that is... No, that's Kyoto Gyoen National Garden. I do not remember... I don't think I've been here. That's not the one I'm looking for. Kyoto Imperial Park. There we go. No, that's not it. Am I misremembering some stuff? This is the map, though. This is the map. It is gigantic. You see how many streets this thing spans? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks. 9 blocks long and about several other blocks wide. And this is gigantic. I guess this place over here, this water area, is in this spot over here on the other side. I don't remember going to, but a lot of locals hang out in the park over here, and it is absolutely gigantic to roam around. In the center, I think you can get to the actual old Imperial Palace. By the time I got there, though, it was too late in the day, so admissions were closed. But for the most part, the park kind of looks like this, minus the red leaves, because that depends on the season and whatnot. But it's big. It's big. You see these people all the way in the back over here? That's very far. That's actually very far. It's just a nice place to stroll around, check out, and like I said, locals will get here. So if you want a local hangout spot in Kyoto, this is it. Now this is more common. This scene is more common around the Imperial Palace, actual Imperial Palace area. Pretty wide. You can see the people for scale there. It's absolutely gigantic. Anyway, I think that's all I can share for today. Don't want to drag this stream out for too long after the extremely short actual Japanese learning stream that I didn't think it was going to be that short. So yeah, as far as Sundays go, just a reminder guys, I will stream Japanese related stuff on Sundays whenever I find material to do things. It's not going to be every single Sunday, so don't expect it. But if it shows up, please drop by. Please drop by and yeah, let me see. What else do I have to say? What else do I have to shill for this time slot that I don't normally do, but do whenever I can? Japanese trivia and such comes out every so often, regardless of stream anyway. I do want to do attempt a Japanese reading. I'll give you guys a little taste of what that might be like. Just for reference, I've started to collect some pictures to practice reading Japanese on stream, and this is for everyone, not just for me. Okay? Not just for me. It'd be kind of something like this. It'd be kind of something like this. Now, you might get the translations down here at the bottom, but we'll be kind of doing stuff like that. That does not have Japanese on there. That's just a scene. Or something like this. Top of the mountain. Top of the mountain. But if you don't read that, there's the kokoda. I don't know that kanji. Something Altitude 233 meters. Something Yama. something Yama. I think that's pronounced ni. So it'll be kind of like, let's figure out how to read this. And if I can't read it, and if you guys can't read it, we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. And sometimes you will also get actual practical lessons. Like, this is a menu. There's a Japanese menu with actual items on there. Now, some places will have English menus, but not everywhere will have English menus. So, if they don't have pictures, it might be helpful to be able to at least read some of this stuff. But more often than not, the menus are merciful, and the menus will have pictures to give you an idea what is on there. But if you want to know what specific thing this is, like, what is this fish? This is called a higteishoko? Higteishoko? And I have no idea what a hig is. The fish is not hig itself. I think it's like, what are the ingredients in here? I is the ika, so there is some squid over here. G is the gratin, which is this thing over here. And the H is the fish. I don't know what the H is. I don't know what the H is, but I think it spells it out down here. I may not also have the whole picture for that part. So it would be a fun problem solving thing, and I would also be able to show you what kind of stuff you might run into. How do Japanese do acronyms in kanji? You don't. You just take the first letter of each one in English, and you make something that does not make sense. Like, what the heck is a hig? What the heck is a hig? It's kind of like that. But directly, you can't. It just doesn't work. You have to use English for that. So, I'm still in the process of gathering up pictures and stuff to do. But I guess I got a decent amount to start with. But when that happens, I'll put a waiting room for that for a Sunday stream. All right, I should actually get some breakfast now. And if you haven't eaten breakfast or lunch, it's about lunchtime for some people, or dinner, I guess, depending on what place of the world you are right now. Or what time is it in Europe? Europe is 5:25. How early do you guys eat dinner? Probably not this early. But if you eat dinner this early, go get something to eat. Get a snack or something. I don't know. I need some food, other than the shortbread and chocolate that I had earlier. But that's gonna do it for us today, guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. I hope this was enjoyable. I will see you all next time. Have a good rest of your day, everyone. Bye-bye.